This knife is so dull it can't even cut through a bell pepper. The blade just slides across the surface without doing anything useful. But in just a few simple steps, it can be transformed into something razor sharp again. Hello everyone. Today I'm going to show you a simple way to sharpen a knife using materials you probably already have at home. No expensive tools, no complicated setup, just a practical method that actually works. Follow each step carefully and take your time, because small details make a big difference in the final edge. Stay with this video all the way through and you'll see how this dull blade turns into a sharp, reliable tool with a clean, smooth cutting performance that feels like new again. Start by preparing the sharpening stone. This is a dual grit stone with two working surfaces. One side is 2000 grit and the other is 5000 grit. Each side plays a different role. The lower grit reshapes the edge and removes damage, while the higher grit refines and polishes it to a clean finish. Place the stone into water and let it soak. Do not skip this step. The stone needs to absorb moisture so it can perform properly. While the stone is soaking, prepare a simple polishing compound. Take baking soda and place it into a small bowl. Then add toothpaste. Mix them together slowly until the texture becomes smooth and even. This mixture works as a mild abrasive that helps refine the edge and improve the polishing stage later. Now move to a key part of this method, controlling the sharpening angle. This is where most people make mistakes, even with a good stone. If the angle is inconsistent, the edge will never become truly sharp. To solve this, take an old CD and two small magnets. Place the magnets on the surface and mark their outline. Then cut the CD into small pieces that match the shape of the magnets. Apply super glue and attach the magnets firmly to the plastic pieces. Once the glue sets, these pieces will act as angle guides. They are simple, but they play a critical role in keeping the blade stable during sharpening. If you have a better idea or a different way to do this, write it down in the comments so the whole community can see it. Remove the stone from the water and place it into a stable holder. Start with the 2000 grit side. Attach the magnet guides to the side of the blade. They slightly lift the spine and help maintain a consistent angle across the entire stroke. This small adjustment changes everything. It turns an unstable motion into a controlled, repeatable process. Apply a small amount of the baking soda and toothpaste mixture onto the surface. Then add a bit of water to create a thin slurry. Place the blade onto the stone and begin sharpening. Move the knife forward in steady strokes. Keep your pressure light and consistent. Let the abrasive surface do the work. As you continue, you will notice a slurry forming on the stone. This is a mixture of water, abrasive particles, and metal removed from the blade. It helps smooth the process and improves contact between the blade and the stone. Work along the entire length of the blade, from the heel to the tip, maintaining the same angle and rhythm. Consistency matters more than speed. Rushing will only create uneven edges. After several passes, flip the blade to the opposite side. Reposition the magnets if needed, and repeat the same motion. Keep your strokes balanced so both sides of the edge are shaped evenly. Take your time here. This stage is where the edge is actually rebuilt. The blade begins to develop a cleaner, more defined line, even if it does not yet feel razor sharp. Once both sides have been worked evenly, rinse the blade and wipe it clean. Take a moment to inspect the edge under light. You should see a more uniform surface forming along the cutting edge. Now move to the next stage. Switch to the 5000 grit side of the stone. This is where refinement happens. Apply the compound again and add water to maintain a smooth surface. Repeat the same sharpening motion, but with lighter pressure. At this stage, you are not removing large amounts of material. Instead, you are smoothing out the microscopic scratches left by the previous grit. Move slowly and keep the angle steady. The edge becomes more refined with each pass. Reflections begin to appear along the blade, showing that the surface is becoming smoother and more polished. Flip the blade and repeat on the other side. Maintain balance and symmetry. This stage requires patience, because small inconsistencies will affect the final sharpness. As you continue, the blade transitions from rough to refined. The edge becomes thinner, cleaner, and more precise. Once this stage is complete, rinse the blade again and dry it with a clean cloth. Now the knife is already significantly sharper, but there is one more step that will take it to the next level. This transformation shows that sharpening is not about force. It is about control, angle, and consistency. Even simple materials can produce professional results when used correctly. Move to stropping. Take a piece of denim fabric and apply a small amount of toothpaste onto it. Spread it evenly across the surface. Hold the blade at a slight angle and pull it backward across the fabric. This motion aligns the microscopic edge and removes any remaining burrs. Repeat this process several times on both sides. Keep the movement smooth and controlled. Always pull away from the edge. Never push forward. This ensures the edge remains intact and becomes even sharper. After stropping, wipe the blade clean and prepare to test the result. A dull knife is not the end of a tool. It is simply a sign that the edge needs to be restored, and with the right approach, that process becomes simple and repeatable. Take your time with each step. Focus on maintaining a steady angle, and let the materials work for you. Small adjustments lead to significant improvements. If you have a dull knife at home, try this method and observe how each stage changes the blade. Test it, refine your technique, and see how consistent results can be achieved. Share your experience and let others learn from what worked for you. And stay with the channel for more practical workshop ideas, where simple methods turn worn tools back into sharp. Reliable equipment ready for everyday use.